Hey,
It's us
we're together.
together.
We have to talk right into the microphone or we'll echo.
Can you hear me now?
I think it should be
Can you
fine.
hear me now? Okay.
So, welcome everybody to another episode of Strong and Simple Podcast. We happen to be in the same room today. So exciting.
So weird.
We're just so close.
No, we're so close. We have to talk right into this microphone.
Otherwise, we're going to be echoey. So, what are we talking about today?
I think it's our favorite fitness thing.
I hope so, because I brought all my favorite fitness things with me.
Well, I brought some of them. And I'm going to pretend some of yours are mine.
I brought all of my favorite things.
Literally squat rack.
Got a barbell.
Yep. Couple of them.
Great.
Woo-hoo.
So today we're just going to kind of go through some of our favorite tools that we like to use in the gym so that if they are helpful for you, if you are interested in them, you kind of have an idea of what they are. They might be things that you've seen other people using in the gym and been like, what the hell is that person doing? And then hopefully this gives you a little bit of information. This could potentially be a helpful episode for you to go check out on YouTube for the visual aspect. We do have some of our goodies with us to show you. So it might be beneficial for you to watch on YouTube. So check it out over there. It's Strong and Simple Podcast on YouTube.
Just in case it wasn't self-evident.
Well, some people have like different handles.
It's true. We like to be consistent. We thrive on consistency. I'm realizing I'm dressed like a freaking art teacher.
You're cute.
Thank you.
See?
So, see, I'm really.
I mean, your earrings even match. So.
I know.
Wow.
It's funny.
And I'm here in my sweats. Lovely. Okay, so do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Do you want to do rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, fuck. All right, you go first.
Okay, so my first thing, let's talk about liquid chalk. So what I like about liquid chalk, so chalk is something that you will see folks using, especially with kettlebells or barbells. It helps dry your hands up so that your grip stays strong, so that the bars or the kettlebells, especially if you're working really hard and you're getting sweaty, so that they're not slipping out of your hand. Am I boring you?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry. My cat killed a mouse all night last night. I got no sleep. She made an epic event out of it. So I'm sorry. It's not me, it's me. Anyways, Denali.
I just want to talk about liquid chalk.
Talk about the fucking chalk.
So the thing about chalk, if you are old enough to have been in a school that used to have chalkboards, you know that chalk creates dust. So when you use chalk, and even some gyms have a no chalk rule or whatever. So it can, if you use it appropriately and you put it in a bucket and kind of keep it contained, then it's okay, but it can create a big dust cloud. So what I like about the liquid chalk is you just shake it up. Just put a little dribble on your hand, and then it dries into, and if you're watching the YouTube, you can see that my hands are white now.
They're roughly the shade of my face. Oh my God. This is after I've been to Florida.
So what this does is it's, the liquid chalk, I love it because it's less messy than the regular chalk, even though I just had some dry crumbles on it and just made a mess. It washes off with soap and water. So after you are in the gym, I would recommend washing your hands because,
disease.
But it helps to improve your grip. So I love the liquid chalk. Different brands are better than others. This one is from Ethos. It's pretty good. It's pretty affordable. You can buy it on Amazon. And one bottle of it lasts a pretty long time. So
yeah, you used this much. It
yeah,
was less than
little tiny bit, less than you would for conditioner or shampoo. So
I use so much shampoo and conditioner.
Okay, well, I guess maybe that was an example.
I have a lot of hair.
I don't have any hair.
Clearly.
But speaking of grip, I think you have something with you.
I do. And it's not that I don't I dislike chalk, but I also have these tiny hands.
They're so cute.
They're so little. So one of my favorite things, and this is literally like I'm obsessed with these Cobra grips.
Ooh.
So if you have small hands, or if your grip strength just isn't where you want it to be. I also have friends who have arthritis in their hands, and so it's hard for them to grip, whether it's a barbell, a dumbbell, or even I've seen people use these for pull-ups too, because it's just too hard to grip. These are amazing. I like them so much better than your regular like deadlift straps, because you don't have to worry about like wrapping them around and getting them in the right position. They're labeled left and right, so you know what hand to put them on, which is nice. And you just slide them on your hand. They come in, this is the rubber version, and the rubber is significantly cheaper because the other alternative is leather. But it's fine. And this just comes
a little flipper.
You can do this and annoy people.
That's fun.
You just the bar goes in here, and you just kind of tuck this around and hold right here. And it's amazing how much stronger this makes your grip. Like I get to the point sometimes where like I'm distracted by the fact that my grip is slipping and it screws up my form. And yeah, these have been such a game changer. And it also can hold you back, right? Because like if you're working big muscles, your big muscles can stand more weight than your smaller gripping muscles can. So you could be holding yourself back working those bigger muscles if you're worried about your grip strength. So this allows me to hold heavier dumbbells while I'm doing things like Bulgarian split squats and things like that. So these are phenomenal. They come in a set of two. I'm only showing one for folks watching the YouTube. You get one for each hand. And yeah, like I said, I use them for like all of the things. So you can use them with kettlebells too. Like if you're like just holding it for like a farmer's carry or something, they're phenomenal. So highly recommend. I think they were between like 15 and $20 for these. So not expensive at all. Like I said, you can, if you want to go super bougie, you can get leather ones for like 50 or $60, but the rubber works just fine.
So grip, things like that, grip supports are really great. The only limitation is if you do want to be like in a powerlifting competition, you generally can't use adaptive tools like those. So you do want to be working on your grip strength in tandem with your heavier lifts. So using that adaptive tool to help you access and lift the heavier weights, but also being cognizant that sometimes you're going to still want to work on your grip strength. But obviously your grip is going to be the limiting factor in most things. Exactly. You don't want this to be like a crutch. And there's benefits to being able to work on your grip strength too. Like just living independently and just daily activities of life. If you can't open a jar by yourself or things like that. So it's beneficial to work on that grip strength, but for sure.
Yeah.
And I actually just did a reel, on Instagram a couple weeks ago about using, it wasn't the Cobra straps, but it was something, the ones that I use that are similar, that aren't like the full straps, and how I use them. I was using them for step ups to hold heavier kettlebells so that I could just, because my focus was working on my leggies.
So like, dude. Sorry.
It's okay. You're a nerd.
It happens.
It is. It does.
All the time.
So next up, in relation to barbells, are these super fun. These also happen to be from Ethos, but these super fun. You might go to the gym and you might be like, what the heck are those? These are barbell collars. And what's really great about these is they work in the same way as barbell clips. The purpose is to help keep the plates on the bar so that they don't go flying off or become unbalanced when you're doing work. So you put your plates on, you slide this on, and then you just clip it. And it makes a nice tight seal so those plates don't go flipping around. And what's nice about the collars, as opposed to the
like clippy clips.
These are like the old-fashioned clippies, and sometimes these in themselves are a workout trying to get them on. They can get stuck on the barbell. These typically slide on really smooth, and they're super easy to clip on and off. So I love recommending these for folks who maybe sometimes have gym anxiety and get nervous about going into the free weight area, going into the barbell area. You're less likely to struggle with these than with those, which can help alleviate some anxiety.
Totally.
Because I know, like, when I would work out, not in my own private gym here, I would get anxiety sometimes about like looking, like I don't know what I'm doing or looking like I'm struggling or anything like that. Like, I don't like people to know that I'm having a hard time with things. So, but yeah, let me see.
These, I've broken many a fingernail on these too.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody
and these wear out pretty, they rust, like, especially in a gym environment, like a shared gym, like they rust. And they actually, depending on how much weight you have on the barbell, these can still slide off too.
Oh, see, I've never had them slide off.
You can. I mean, which, like, I guess if you're bailing on a bench press, that's kind of good, right?
So I always recommend that if you don't have somebody to spot you for a bench press and it's something where you might hit a place where you're going to fail out, is don't put clips on.
Don't do it.
Because you need to be able to bail yourself out. So if you don't have arms or a spotter, I wouldn't generally say it's a super safe thing to be doing, but don't put the clips on if you're going to crush yourself. You're going to be like Corey Giles.
Giles Corey.
Oh, that's right. I was just saying, like, in the bibliography, I would have written his name.
Oh, right.
Comma.
What's the citation format for that? AAP. APA guidelines.
Listen, I've been out of school for
I like Chicago
20
style
years.
personally. I always
Chicago?
cited in Chicago style.
Chicago?
Yes.
All right, what do you have next for us?
There's pretending this is mine because mine are at home still because I brought them with me to Florida. Did I use them? No.
That's okay.
But these mini loop bands, I like them for a lot of reasons. A lot of people hate them because they see them as a torture device, and that's fair. I like about them. They're very, like, you can get 4 of these for cheap. Obviously there is going to be some variation in quality. Like, there are some really shitty ones out there that get stuck together. They ball up really easily. But these are fantastic for a number of different things. As I mentioned, I brought mine with me to Florida. They travel really easily. So if you were looking to get a workout in on the road and maybe you don't have access to weights or a gym facility, you can work your muscles with these resistance bands, whether it's like sliding them up on your thighs and doing some monster walks. It can also augment your workout too. So if you have like a home gym and your weights aren't heavy enough for you anymore, adding a resistance band to your workouts can make up that difference in the fact that you gain strength beyond what your barbells or your dumbbells rather have to offer you at home. So these are a favorite of mine. I also just like having my own because, like, the idea of sharing like communal gym ones skews me out just a wee bit. Because nobody's wiping.
Yeah, nobody's wiping.
Nobody's wiping.
They can also be really good for providing input. So if you are learning form with like your squats or even with push-ups, they can provide some proprioception input. So proprioception, understanding where your body is in space. So they can help just so that to cue to push your knees out a little bit. If you're somebody when you're squatting and your knees kind of bow in towards each other when you're squatting, and you want to practice like really pushing them out so that they're better aligned with your feet, which is going to be overall healthier for your knees. That little bit of sensory input, that physical sensory input can be really useful.
Yeah.
Same thing with push-ups. Putting the band around your forearms can help you understand like where your elbows are so that you're not flaring out and stuff. So they're a good teaching tool, and they are not a slingshot. Am I still at school right now?
Listen, I had a long day.
Are you a 5th grader?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We ready for my favorite thing?
I'm excited for this because I think it's so
this is like, so I'm not going to share the brand right away.
But it's the best part.
So this, all right, I'm going to tell you. It's the Back Widow. And I freaking love this thing. First of all, you can use it so you can like adjust it in all different ways for different angles and use it like for landmine rows or for different handles for lat pull downs and seated rows and things. So you're hitting and targeting your muscles in different directions. What I love about this so much is it can be used as a barbell jack.
I love that.
And what I mean by that is, so if you are doing deadlifts, you can, if you've ever done deadlifts, you know how challenging it can sometimes be to get the plates
That's
on
a workout in
and
and of itself.
Right.
Just loading it
So
up
what
like
you would do here is you would put this piece in the barbell and then crank it up so that the barbell comes up. I guess I could have showed, but whatever. Maybe that'll be a mini-sode. If you want to see me how this actually works, let me know and I'll do a little episode. So you just put it up, then it's up high enough so the plates are up off the floor. They slide right off. Easy peasy. So this beautiful thing, the back widow, can be used in multiple different ways as like an all-in-one attachment for pull downs, landmine work, whatever. But my favorite part of it is as a deadlift or barbell jack, which makes it so easy. And the way I learned about barbell jacks was actually from Pull for Pride last year. I didn't really know that they were a thing until this powerlifting competition. And that's how we were able to change everybody's plates real fast in between lifters. So if you are working out at a gym or at your house and you're working in with somebody, so like if there's only one barbell available, this could actually make it really easy to work in if you're working at different weights, to be able to take the weight plates on and off to make sure that you're both working.
Pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
I love a good barbell jack.
Yeah. So that was 5 of our. Oh, you have another thing?
I don't have it to show though.
Oh, well, does it count if I can't see it?
I don't know. Does a tree make a noise if it falls in the forest and there's nobody around? Nope. But anyway, so my last little thought is because I'm constantly yelling at people to put their shoes back on in the fitness facility. So a lot of people like to lift barefoot. And there's a lot of benefits to lifting barefoot, right? It's, Michelle can articulate better than I can, but you're better able to kind of grip the floor. If you're in like something like a running shoe, it's going to make you less stable because they got the little, goes up at the toe. It's a less natural movement. So a lot of folks like to lift barefoot. But if you're doing that in a commercial gym, you're going to get a foot fungus. Like it's really gross. It's also, a lot of gyms won't let you because of their insurance policy. It's dangerous. Like there's people around you lifting heavy things. They could drop things on you. You could drop something on yourself.
What's really funny to me about that? I'm sorry. I think that's so fucking stupid because if you ever dropped a 45-pound plate on your foot with a fucking sneaker on,
well, yeah,
your sneaker is not protecting your foot.
True. But insurance companies don't make sense. We know this.
Jesus Christ.
We know.
Sorry, that just like pisses me off so bad. Like that's ridiculous.
So a lot of places won't let you do that. And you can't get special lifting shoes. You absolutely can do that. And they will cost you because they're special. But what I like to work out in, and I also think are super cute and stylish, are just the good old fashioned Converse Chuck Taylors. Or some of you might know them as All Stars. If you're younger, if you're old, they're Chuck Taylors.
Yep.
And yeah, high top, low top, whatever you prefer. And I love working out in them. I get the protection of having a shoe on, and it's basically the same as being barefoot because they have little to no support in them at all. So I would recommend grabbing, if you're looking for a lifting shoe and you don't want to break the bank, and maybe you want to get more use out of it than just going to the gym, get yourself some Chucks.
Amen.
I love mine. Obsessed. Yeah. That's it. Good. That's all I have.
All right, great. So those were our six favorites.
An even number. I feel better.
Okay.
Shit.
I'm glad you feel better.
Okay. I couldn't leave it on an odd number. I would have made something up. Wait! I like my water bottle.
So that was our 6 favorite gym items right now that hopefully help you out with you accessing your workouts in a happier sort of way. So if you have any questions, let us know. If you would love to see me use the barbell jack, put it in action.
That
Let me
should be a
know.
YouTube video.
Yeah, and I can just make a YouTube video and throw it up there. Or if you want to share with us what some of your favorite gym items are, we would love to hear from you.
Woohoo.
All right. Thanks everybody for being here, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, everybody.